The golden glow of the evening sun stretched across the quiet streets as Officer Maria Lopez guided her patrol car through what she thought would be the last calm hour of her shift. The steady hum of the engine felt soothing until a piercing sound broke through the stillness, the desperate cry of a child. Turning her head sharply, Maria caught sight of a young boy, about 7 years old, racing toward her car. His face was streaked with tears, his small fists trembling as he gasped out words between sobs. His t-shirt was dirt-stained, his shoes untied, and his eyes wide with fear. "Please, come with me," he begged, his voice cracking with urgency. Something about the boy's eyes, filled with both terror and fragile hope, told Maria that this was more than just a child's bad day. This was a call for help. If you believe in kindness, compassion, and second chances, please take a moment to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Kindness Tales. Your support helps us continue sharing true stories that touch hearts. Without hesitation, Maria stepped out of her car, knelt to meet his gaze, and gently assured him she was there to help. The boy clutched her hand tightly, tugging her forward with surprising urgency. His pace was fast, his glances backward filled with silent pleas that she wouldn't leave his side. They wove through aging streets where the paint peeled from walls. Yards sat untended, and silence hung thick in the air. The closer they got, the heavier Maria's chest felt. Finally, they stopped at a small, weather-worn house. The front door was ajar and the yard overrun with weeds. The boy pointed toward the inside, his voice barely a whisper, shaking with fear. "It's my dad. He won't wake up." Maria's instincts surged as she pushed the door open. The living room was dim, cluttered with unpaid bills scattered across a table and empty takeout containers on the floor. The faint smell of stale air filled her lungs. Following the boy into a small bedroom, she saw a man in his early 30s lying motionless across the bed. Maria quickly checked for a pulse. Faint, but present. His breathing was shallow and strained. This wasn't sleep. It was a medical emergency. While calling for paramedics, Maria kept the boy talking, soothing him with a calm voice. His name was Ethan. Between broken sobs, he explained that his father, David, had been sick for days but kept insisting he would be fine. Ethan had tried, giving him water and even attempted to make food but was too small to manage the stove. Fear finally drove him outside, just in time to see Maria's patrol car. The ambulance arrived swiftly, rushing David to the hospital. Ethan clung to Maria's uniform, unwilling to let go. She promised him she would stay until his dad was safe. Hours passed in the cold sterility of the hospital waiting area, Maria keeping Ethan close by her side. Eventually, a doctor emerged with an update. David was suffering from severe pneumonia, worsened by exhaustion and untreated illness. He had been working multiple construction shifts, skipping meals, and neglecting his own health just to keep a roof over their heads. Maria couldn't shake the memory of that dark, cluttered home. The unpaid bills spoke of a man drowning quietly in hardship, too proud or too afraid to ask for help. Over the next days, Maria visited often. Ethan began to smile more, comforted by her presence. She learned how David had been raising him alone since Ethan's mother left years ago. He had no family nearby, only his determination to provide. Maria knew that if something didn't change, they would fall back into the same struggle once David left the hospital. Quietly, she reached out to local charities, her fellow officers, and kind-hearted community members. Within days, help poured in: groceries, clothing, funds to cover bills, even volunteers to repair the rundown home. When David was finally discharged, he returned to find not despair, but hope. Their home was clean, stocked with food, and surrounded by caring neighbors who promised to check in. Tears filled his eyes as he realized he wasn't alone anymore. Ethan's laughter that day was brighter than Maria had ever heard. He hugged his father tight, then turned to Maria with a whispered, "Thank you," that she knew she'd carry forever. In the weeks that followed, David found steadier work that didn't demand every ounce of his health, giving him more time with Ethan. The community, once distant, now stood by them, offering the support they had been missing for so long. As Maria stood outside their home one evening, watching Ethan kick a ball in the yard while David chatted with neighbors, she realized this wasn't just one rescue. It was a reminder of how compassion can turn the smallest cry for help into a ripple of hope that transforms lives. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Tales. Together, we can keep spreading stories that prove kindness still lives in this world.